only chance of survival lies in the hands of Victor Von Doom.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Season 39, war number 4. This time DSVG is going against X-K9, the Brotherhood. Very strong alliance, very capable alliance. I believe going into this, it's us, X-K9, and GT40 with the lowest death streak. So we know it's going to be a tough war. We know we have to bring our A game and do what we got to do. So I'm going in with AA. Got to bring in my Archangel, bring in Nebs, and Titania. Now, this is an interesting war because they have very similar placement as my last war. And if you saw my last war, you know, it was a doozy, man. I got my butt kicked, not once, but twice. And mistakes was made. So, yeah, let's see what happens here because they have very similar placements. And they have 2 fights that I took last war. And I died to those 2 fights. So now you can see I don't have Nimrod and I don't have S99. So you see up there, yeah, that Domino right up there, and that Sasquatch is right up there. And guess what? I'm gonna take them. But I brought in some other champs to deal with them because S99 is banned, or else I wouldn't be fighting with him. And I'm very comfortable with him. It's just my mind wasn't at the right state of I wasn't in the right state of mind last war. So hey, not making excuses. It's just the way it is. So I got my chance to redemption. I spoke to the planners. I spoke to my pod mates, and I was like, yeah, give me that. I need redemption. And you know my boy Way Easy. He got confidence in me, man. He's like, yup, you want it, you got it. Don't worry about it. First up, we got this Man Thing. I'm using Titania because she's a good counter to him. She's not poison immune. However, I get a lot of questions about that. Like, oh, I didn't know Titania was poison immune or blah, blah, blah. But she's not poison immune. That's not how Man Thing works. Whenever he nullifies your buffs and plays that armor break on you, that's when you start taking poison. Titania is buff immune. She can't gain buffs. So it's nothing for him to nullify. See, nullify. Nothing to nullify, bro. So I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm just going to lay into him. Hit him with that SP2 when I can. And lights out. So the thing with Titania is, after you get that SP2 going, you want to finish your combos in light enders because you apply suppression. At 4 suppressions, you refresh that physical vulnerability that you place on them from your SP2. So that's it. Build back up to SP3. You're gonna be unstoppable, unblockable, all that good stuff. You just lay into them. Just go right into it, and that's it. Lights out for that sucker. On to my next fight. Rank 4 Tigra. All these champs at this stage of the game, every champ that you face is rank 4. Or, depending on who you're facing, you might run into a rank 5. But yeah, nothing too special about this. Start off with my heavy. I'm unstoppable, indestructible, unblockable. So, just gotta watch out for her SP1s or SP2s. Because the thing with Tigra is once you're close to her, it's not really an issue. It's when you're stepping back and you're far away from her, that's when she becomes unblockable. That's when her specials are unblockable. But I'm very comfortable dexing and stepping away from her SP1 and SP2. I rather prefer baiting out her SP1s because it is a little easier, but it's not a big deal. right here. I'm like, yo, come on, throw it, or I might have to go in, but she threw it. And this is going to finish her up. One big fat SB2, and she is down and dusted. Now on to section 2. I have this Mojo. Nothing too fancy about this. Like I said, Titania cannot gain buffs, so the issues with Mojo is when you gain buff and you get those hater charges on you, you start degenning and all that happy stuff. So I don't have to worry about that. It's nothing for him to nullify or anything like that to get degen on me. So it's just a standard fight. Start off with my heavy, go in, try to lay into him. What's great about her is she's indestructible, unblockable, and all that stuff. So you can just go in and go ham. I don't like the timer being as much as it is, but hey, she'll be a little absurd if she had a shorter timer or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But relatively easy. Nothing too fussy about this fight. Now, onto this bee. Onto this beehive right here. Y'all remember my last war. If you saw my last war, you're going to know what happened here. Ain't happening again. Spoiler alert, that is not happening again. Because one, I don't have Nimrod. So she can't do that again to Nimrod if Nimrod ain't here. I try to pull out Nimrod. He's like, Y'all seen Infinity War, right? When Hulk refused to come out to fight Thanos? Nah, that was my Nimrod. I like, come on, Nimrod. We gotta go deal with a domino. He's like, nah, bro. You go take somebody else. I'm gonna chill right here. I'm gonna sip on this pina colada. You go deal with that domino. So I'm like, all right, no problem. Brought out my girl Nebs. Brought out the Nebbers. What's great with Nebbers is I'm trying to get her to throw her special because the node places a shock on you and it just builds up Nebula so much that I don't really have to do much to get my damage opening. So I just let her do her thing. I build up my shocks that way. I parry her, transfer it to her, and it's lights out. I could have thrown my SP2 there, but I didn't want to look up to see if I had if I was unlucky or not. So I just went through with it, and she goes down. Relatively easy, straightforward, and I'm happy with that outcome. So much better to deal with it that way and approach the fight with Nebula going in like that. I'm more confident. Now onto this fool. As I said, S99 was banned, or else I would have used him here because I took him many times and I could take that fight. But since he was banned, I decided to bring in AA and just melt this fool. And thankfully, RNG was in my favor because right off the bat, I got a couple of bleeds. I got a couple of poisons. They all converted into neuros. And it was happy times, man. Happy times. Look at that. Sort of feel like I had the horseman ability, right? I didn't, but it's still a good time. Yeah, those nerves is putting in some work. And that's it. That's it. He is down and dusted. And that's the end of my war. I'm happy with that outcome. My boys did their job. And it was good enough to secure the win. GG's to those guys, but we died 6 to their 7. I believe one of those was a disconnect on their part. One of their death was a disconnect on their part, and it sucks, but hey, I'm happy that we squeezed out the win. GG's to them, and I guess we'll see them again at the end of this season, or maybe next season. Who knows? Who knows how it's going to go, but they did a phenomenal job, and I wish them good luck for the rest of the season, and that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Consider hitting the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one, all right? Peace out.